The bear is simply a giant in its habitat. With its imposing size, mountain of muscles and titanic strength, this fauna is capable of tearing anyone apart. If a bear aims to fight, no one can hide from it. So what can a titan, which can reach the weight of 1 ton and have claws 10 or even 15 centimeters long, do? There is undeniable evidence that an adult bear is capable of breaking the backbone of a living being, including humans, with a single blow of its paw. Moreover, it is so strong that it can easily drag a domestic pig or a horse over a fence. That's why even predators that live near the bear's range avoid them. In this issue we will talk to you about bears, their varieties, everyday life, and principles of life. You will also see 6 merciless bear attacks recorded on camera. Sit back, we're about to begin. Number 1. And our issue begins with a situation captured by eyewitnesses in an Antarctica national park. A young male polar bear mercilessly eats a cub of his own kind. In the bear world, this is a common occurrence. The fact is that infanticide is widespread among male bears, no matter what species. The idea is that as long as the female is raising her cubs, she is incapable of mating. The male has 2 choices, either to wait from 18 to 30 months, until the cubs become independent, or to kill the cubs, and then the female will be ready to mate in just a few days. This is why, during the rutting season, female bears tend to forage closer to human habitats. Naturally, humans are not a big threat to bears. But such maneuvering on the part of caring mothers reduces the chances that the males will get to their babies. Naturally, this works very well in other bear habitats, but as for the polar range, it's a lot tougher here. The survival rate of cubs is only about 30%. That's why males are more likely to reach their goal. On the channel, Animal World, you'll see the best content you've ever seen. If you're interested in the best animal videos, confrontations, and battles, please subscribe now so you don't miss new videos. And they come out every day for your entertainment. Number 2. And now we are transported to another part of the world, where a brown bear has caught a deer in an iron vise. Despite their size, these giants can reach speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour. And thanks to their silent habits, they are generally admirable. Although bears have a powerful body and titanic strength, they can creep up to the victim almost invisibly. And when the critical distance is left, it's too late to do anything. The bear usually acts ruthlessly and not evasively. There are no obstacles for him, he literally goes ahead like a tank, causing serious damage to his victims. And so it turned out with this deer. The bear crept up unnoticed, and when the deer noticed him, it was too late. The bear pounced on the deer and collapsed on it with its entire body weight. The fragile dimensions of the poor deer could not withstand it. That's what the bear was counting on. After that, he knocked the victim to the ground with a stunning blow, and while the deer was shocked, the bear grabbed the prey and dragged it away from the place of the attack. Number 3. The following story shows us a brilliant polar bear hunt. Generally speaking, polar bears are a huge exception to the rule. As researchers observe, polar bears behave differently from other species inhabiting the Earth. If you take regular bears, they are more solitary and like a solitary, sedentary lifestyle. You only see them together during mating season. Polar bears, on the other hand, are great in company. Often you can see a whole group consisting of polar giants that hunt together, which increases their success rate. Since polar bears are the undisputed king of their habitat, respectively, their diet includes preferably marine mammals, such as seals, sea hares, and walruses, various fish and narwhals. It is worth noting that most often bears care about the skin and bacon of the prey. If the bear is very hungry, he may also eat the meat of the victim. Number 4. And now we are transported to Glacier Nature Preserve Park, where a grizzly bear masterfully caught a moose and proceeded to eat it. An eyewitness managed to capture how the killing machine, which weighs half a ton, collapsed on a normal young moose. Naturally, the other didn't stand a chance. In fact, the ferocity and bloodthirstiness of the grizzly is greatly exaggerated by all kinds of films and articles of journalists, who have made this animal a monster in the flesh. In fact, this animal keeps aloof and rarely comes into conflict with humans. If they happen, it is the fault of the people themselves, from ignorance of nature and these animals. That is why the state is very careful to allow only trained people or with a special guide to the reserves. Even though grizzly bears reign supreme in their territory, and a very diverse menu is open to them. These bears are not squeamish about berries, fruits, and small vertebrate-free insects. Therefore, they easily make do with such food in summer. Grizzlies start serious hunting only before winter hibernation, when the bear needs more food. Number 5. The next story shows us a polar bear hunting walrus. The polar bear, as mentioned earlier, is very different from other bears. Both in life and in hunting, he acts in a straightforward, brazen manner. He has a purpose and does not notice anything else. The polar bear's tactics are simple: I see the goal, and I see no obstacles. With this attitude he literally bursts into a group of walruses in order to grab one of them. Walruses are more of a water fisherman, so they are very vulnerable on land. Just like a herd of sheep, they rushed into the water. Taking advantage of the panic, the bear grabs one and drags it out onto dry land. The walrus has nowhere to go and the dinner is almost a success. But then suddenly several more bears come running up, hoping for a piece of their own. Yes, there's a steady law in nature. It's not enough to get the game, you have to keep it. Antarctica is no exception. So the bear has to share its own with the others. Naturally, in some cases the bear doesn't agree with the uninvited guests and an altercation can break out right at the dinner table. But in most cases, it all works out, and the bears come to a consensus. Number 6. And this story shows us the dominance of the polar bear not only on land, but also in water. Polar bears are excellent swimmers, and if they have set their sights on catching prey, the water will not stop them. The deer will soon become convinced of that. Despite all the deer's attempts to hide, the polar bear slowly and surely catches up with the deer and swiftly attacks it. As a rule, polar bears are great on land and in water, so the bear is easy to quickly grab the victim and pull him along. After dragging the deer on dry land, the bear drags it to a safer distance, at the same time completing its task, so that the prey does not escape. Bears are without a doubt the masters of their habitat. As you study them, you get more and more insight into their way of life. I personally liked most how purposeful the polar bear was in the hunt for the walrus. What did you personally like about it? Be sure to write about it in the comments below. So, that was 6 merciless bear attacks recorded on camera. If you liked the video, please like it and write what you think in the comments below. To join our fun and get the latest videos from our channel as soon as they are uploaded, all you have to do is click the subscribe button and the bell. And that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. See you again.